Hi, thanks for joining me today. My name is Michelle Zwick. I'm CULTEC's Quality and Testing Engineer. I manage our quality assurance program, coordinate testing and certification of our products, and stand on committees such as ASTM, CSA, and ISO. I've worked in the stormwater chamber industry for 21 years since graduating University of Rhode Island School of Engineering. I know you're here today by choice, so I'll make this as short and informative as possible. I'd like to introduce you to CULTEC's newest stormwater chambers, the Recharger 360 HD and the Recharger 902 HD, both which meet the requirements of ASTM standards for stormwater chambers. I'd like to take time to review those requirements and share my excitement over the new ASTM standard for cellular plastic chambers. Let's begin with ASTM F3430-20, the design standard for chambers such as CULTEC's, with plastic corrugated wall design. It provides a rational method for the design and validation of chambers, providing a means of analyzing a chamber using finite element analysis to predict the structural performance under various dead loads, live loads, and timescales. Short-term and long-term material properties of the actual plastic chamber wall are used in the analysis. The analysis follows the rules of ASTO load resistance factor design. The result of the validation procedure is a structural adequacy factor, as shown in these tables. The minimum requirement is 1.0 for any load case, duration, and failure mode. The lowest adequacy factor is considered the design's controlling factor. Many factors of safety are built into determining this structural adequacy. The best way to describe it is that numbers smaller than 1.0 indicate the design does not meet the ASTM F2787 minimum requirements. Numbers greater than 1.0 indicate an additional safety factor. For example, a structural adequacy of 3.0 indicates that the chamber wall is at 1/3 of its critical load. Let's dive into the loads and load factors, specifically the live loads. ASTO defines the design load as the design truck, a 16,000-pound load or over a 10 by 20-inch patch. A 1.75 factor is applied to that load in addition to analyses that cover multiple vehicles, tandems, and vehicles parked over a period of time. The ASTM standard requires that the analysis is backed up with large-scale testing. Let's move on to the dead loads. Each manufacturer designs their products to function under varying conditions, including permanent soil cover at maximum depth of installation. Deep burial design is validated both via finite element analysis and large-scale in situ tests, applying a soil load of 120 pounds per cubic foot per industry standard for analysis. A 1.95 dead load factor is used per ASTO. Now we can move into the product standard. Within ASTM, CULTEC successfully presented this standard for an official vote, and it published in January of this year. We led the endeavor and received feedback and comments from all experts within the ASTM community, including those from plastic pipe, competitor chamber manufacturers, and the concrete industry. Leading experts in soil structure interaction and ASTO also had the opportunity to review and comment. To comply with the standard, a product must be listed in the classification table that you can see here on the screen. You'll see two chambers listed, or two classifications, and those represent CULTEC's Recharger 360 and 902 HD chambers. The table includes dimensions and tolerances for span, rise, height, width, and foot width. Other specifications include minimum allowable weight reduction, density, and arch stiffness. These items are verified during the qualification process. The product standard also defines requirements and test methods of the physical properties of the material, including long-term creep. The standard also requires that the chambers meet the structural requirements of ASTM F2787, which we reviewed earlier. Please note that ASTM does not certify or approve products. It is a self-certifying process. However, CULTEC has worked with a third-party engineer to review all testing and verify via a stamped engineering report that the chambers meet the requirements of both standards. CULTEC decided to take on the arduous task of writing and balloting a standard for cellular walled chambers to show the community that our products can withstand traffic loads for the lifetime of your project. These chambers are proven to be reliable with tested and proven performance. The standards are designed to protect the consumer and general public. Consider incorporating these references into contracts and engineering plans. We are working with government agencies to reference these standards within their codes to make your job easier. If you have any questions regarding what we discussed here today, please feel free to contact me by phone or email. If you have a stormwater system design and you'd like to incorporate CULTEC chambers, please contact our technical department by phone or email. You can also submit your plans via web form on our website. Thank you for attending today. We appreciate your time. Consider visiting us at www.cultec.com. Enjoy your day.